Wave your arm for a second. Okay, just want to make sure the video is going. You do realize you got to stop now. What do we do? You know, we're recording.
Live from Danny's bedroom, it's Danny Tonight!
Okay, we're not using that at all. But I need you to like talk so we can just make sure it's all going through.
All right, can you hear me?
Yes.
Levels are good?
Yes, better than Mike. Thank God Mike's not here. So your levels are working just fine. That's good.
Alrighty.
Because you can actually project your voice,
I
which
can.
That's something Mike cannot do, and he's an actor.
Oh, he's so soft-spoken, he just can't really...
Raise your voice. Use your inside voice.
Yeah, pretty much. So with that being said, welcome everyone to the Dragoon's Lair podcast. I am the Blue Dragoon himself, Daniel the Dragon, and Mike's not with me today because I have a special treat.
He's on sabbatical.
Yes, Mike is doing his play, his little performance, you know, that he doesn't project, and you're going to make fun of his Brooklyn accent, you know, because, you know, he's an all-Italian goonba.
How can you have a Brooklyn accent and not project?
Yet he's from Staten Island, that's why.
Oh, he's Staten Island Brooklynite.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I think so, but even if it's still...
It makes sense.
It's really a bad accent. But that being said, today I am joined by my brother, my favorite person in the world, Jay. Yes, you are my favorite person in the world.
Stop.
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 This man is my brother from another mother.
Blood couldn't make us any thicker?
Oh, absolutely
Just
not.
saying.
Jay has been with me through thick and thin.
And thin and thick.
Absolutely. This man
Look,
is...
it even made him stutter.
Yep, he's got my back no matter what. So I brought him on the podcast today because, well, frankly, he's one of the funniest dudes. And when you put the two of us together, it is a comedy gold.
He said gold.
Oh, it's gold.
Couldn't even do platinum?
Why would we be platinum? People can't afford platinum.
Or gold? They can barely afford silver.
You got to speak up a little bit, but stay close to the mic. Yeah, there you go.
You think they can afford gold? They can barely even afford silver.
No, but you used to buy and sell gold, so you know.
That was 100 years ago.
And how often did people show up with platinum?
At least
Twice a week.
Not 3 times a week.
I know there was gold, but platinum? Really?
No.
Okay.
I personally don't hold platinum in the highest regard. It's few and far between you will ever see real jewelry made from platinum. But gold you can never go wrong with. Eventually, we're going to be going down that road where we're going to be doing trading with like Chinese.
Okay, you got to speak up because you keep turning away from the mic.
Yeah, I keep turning away from the mic because I don't want to send my face. Look at this thing. It's like right here. Look
Yes, but it needs to be there so they can hear you.
Oh my God! So now I got to sit here like this. Like, yeah, hi. Like this. Yeah.
Listen, I get it. Then adjust it, move it closer, but it's still got to stay in front of your mouth.
You can't get any closer. Do you see this? This is not cool.
It's cool.
No, in no way, shape, or form is that cool. Because now I got this thing in front of my face.
Yeah.
Yeah, looking like Kilroy. Come on, it's not working for me.
Listen, the microphone works. That's all that matters.
Check 1, 2.
There you go.
All right.
So, people, yes, my brother Jay and I have a lot of entertainment knowledge. Because I'm looking at you. Otherwise, I got to look this way, and then I don't look at the screen.
So, you can see me, but I can't.
Yes.
I'm getting gypped over. This isn't cool.
It's very cool.
No.
Because then you'll be self-conscious about how you look.
I'm a fat... it happens. I mean, come on.
Nah, listen, I don't let Mike see what he looks like, because then everybody sees his little ticks and quirks. And it's fun for me.
Ticks and quirks.
Oh, yeah. Yep. So, today, we're going to do something a little different on the Dragoon's Lair podcast. Because, without Mike, I have, like I said, one of my favorite people in the world. The bestest person I know.
Peace, love, and hair grease, bro.
That's right. So, Jay and I used to work at GameStop. So I want to tell a few GameStop stories because we have seen some shit.
Yeah, well, putting it lightly.
Now, one of my favorite stories is when we had our manager. Like, we still haven't seen the video of him falling off the counter. Now, this man
Had more stories than Mother Goose.
yes. And I hope you are listening out there because Tim, we're giving you a shout out. Because frankly, yes, I need you to understand that we have much love for you. You were a great manager, but at the same time, we still want to see the footage of you falling off the counter.
Not even that. I just want to see the picture of that supposed challenger he had. With who did he have airbrushed on the?
Venom.
Yeah, Venom.
Yeah, he had the Venom. He said he had the Venom logo on this challenger. Tim told us a lot of stories.
He owned how many businesses?
Oh, he.
Oh, just come by. You'll get calm. Don't worry
Yeah,
about it.
the stories that we heard were so many, and this is no dig against him because it's been many
It's
years.
a dig.
But listen,
It's a dig.
it's been many years.
Call it what it is.
Yeah.
If it walked like a duck and talked like a duck, 9 times out of 10, it's not a chicken.
Yeah. Now I gotta say, GameStop as a company, terrible company.
Garbage.
Their policies on buying games and everything was trash.
They rape you.
So I
No
know.
Vaseline. Don't do it.
No, I
No.
wasn't ready.
They definitely weren't ready.
How much can I get for this Xbox?
Now
$30.
What?
you want
$30.
cash?
I only had it for 3 weeks.
Not my
$30.
problem.
Yeah, that's it. That's all it's worth.
Yeah. So we
And
basically.
you got lucky if they left the game in.
Oh. now, do you remember when the PlayStation 3 came out? And I'm talking when it was the 20 and the 60 gig.
Oh yeah.
The
We
Pandemonium.
both had the good one.
Well, I had the
The backwards compatible.
I had the 80, so I had to wait a little longer
I
to get
had-
mine.
I had the other one.
You
I
had
the
you
original.
had the original 60, which was the really good one.
Remember the guy that came in and he was looking for one because it was backwards compatible?
Oh, yeah.
He didn't have any. Boy, I made him pay for that one.
Oh yeah. No, my favorite though is, do you remember when they had to check because parent came in, mother and father, they wanted to
Oh,
sell
yes,
back their
yes,
kids.
Yes, but they had porno.
Yeah. So
Porno videos on there.
oh yeah. So the way the story works is now you remember how slow was the download speed on the PS3?
I mean, depending on your internet service provider and your bandwidth. I mean,
It was pretty slow though.
yeah, very. Yeah, I mean, it wasn't dial-up. Don't get me wrong, but
It was pretty close to dial-up though.
it was actually better. I had dial-up. That
Yeah.
was before I moved to Florida.
Yeah. But so
The minute somebody calls you, it knocks you right off.
yeah.
Because everything all in one telephone line.
Yeah. Now, one of the best parts of that story is the parents are coming in and they want to sell back the PS3 and it's the
Oh.
60 gig.
Were you there when the kid snapped on me? It was me and Adolfo.
No. I didn't work at that store, so
Oh, that's right. You were the one outside.
Yeah.
But I called you and told you right after it happened.
yes.
Oh my god.
Now, we'll get to that story next, but like the PlayStation 3 was one of the better of the systems, but very slow on the
Still
download.
have mine.
The parents went and I kid you not, they were pissed off at the kid, if you remember. He was out there.
The kid, he looked like a deer in the headlights. He was like,
That kid he was supposedly was out there like not going to school,
Nope.
not doing his homework. He was doing drugs. He was sneaking out at night, drinking, all this stuff.
checked his
So,
browser history and found all that.
oh, they didn't check his browser history. The parents got a rude awakening because we have to check the system to make sure it works. So now we're plugging it in.
Wasn't it a porno movie on
No,
on the DVD?
it was, let's see, a 60 gig hard drive,
Yeah.
and it was 42 gigs
Full.
full of porn.
Nothing but.
Nothing but, and this is hardcore pornography. Now,
Damn near heard the system going, oh yeah. As soon as we turned it on and hooked it to the TV.
yep. And
Yeah.
it was one of those moments where it's like the parents were mad before. Now we knew that kid was going home and getting a whooping. There was no question
Or
about
at
it.
least the stern talking to.
Oh no. those parents were so pissed. He was getting whooped. There was no way
He
around
was
that.
getting some sort of punishment. He wasn't walking away free.
They were already selling his PlayStation. So, and it was so hard to get back then.
Yep.
So the fact that he went and they,
Shit, I'd have bought it.
oh,
If I didn't already have mine, I'd have bought that one.
no, my favorite thing.
Reborn? Who says no to
Now,
Reborn?
all of a sudden, when we're testing the system, you see, and we have to show the parents what's on there. Now, the system has to get sent back to get wiped clean. You remember what Tim did to our district manager? Because the district manager wanted the PS3. He wanted that 60 gig. Your favorite one to impersonate.
Yes. Hi. This is
Joe.
yes. Hi. This is Joe. Who's your manager on duty?
Oh, hi, Joe. No matter who I called to prank, everybody knew. As soon as they heard Joe's voice, they were like, hey,
Yeah, as we like to say, because we're not safe for work for this podcast. So, as Jay liked to put it, you could hear the assholes pucker.
Oh, every time they heard Joe's name, heard he was coming to the store, if he was on the phone, which was most of the time me. And the best part about it is and was, he already knew that I was pranking people using his voice. And he always had respect for me. He didn't care about that. That to him, that was nothing. It wasn't anything malicious.
No, you were the older gentleman, and you helped keep everyone on their toes.
Oh, I most definitely did. Yeah.
Now,
He always forgot my name, but he always referred to me as the older gentleman.
but yeah, Joe, who got himself fired as well,
He did. Yeah.
that man went, and I gotta say,
He actually sent me a request on LinkedIn.
oh god, he sent you a LinkedIn request.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Now, I will say, Tim loved busting his balls so much because he offered him. He's like, oh, we just got one in. If you want it, it'll be perfect for you. We won't even have to wipe it clean. Now, yeah, we got away with a lot of stuff.
Oh yeah, that nobody ever.
Yeah. Now,
Like literally.
let's tell you got to tell the story of what happened with you at the mall location.
Okay, so it was when Grand Theft Auto first. What was it? Which one was it? Parents were complaining because all the Grand Theft Autos were grimy.
I think it was San Andreas because of the hot coffee
Yes,
mod.
That's right. That's right. A parent came in and they were looking for a San Andreas.
Need you to speak a little louder. Just up.
Hi. Levels.
There we
Is
go.
this thing on? Hello.
Yeah.
Hi. Hello.
Okay, now what happened was, the gentleman came in with his kid. Kid couldn't have been old, 8, 9 years old.
Speak up.
Hi. Yeah. Hi. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
Now I can, but if
Hello. Hello.
you
Hi.
start going a little
Hello?
too, you go too
Hi.
soft.
Can you hear me?
Can't be so soft,
Can you hear
man.
me now?
Yes, but
You're in my nose. Is that right? No. This close? How about this? Like this? I don't want to feel like I got a dick in my mouth. Okay. Hello. Hello. Hi. Can
Yeah.
you hear me? Can you hear me now?
yes, we can hear you.
Okay, check it. Okay.
Just-
So what happened was, this gentleman comes in with this kid that couldn't have been any older than 8 or 9 years old, and he inquires about the Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. So, there was this big hullabaloo about that game because there are certain cheat codes you can put in using certain software. Which,
Okay, you come in low and you start trying to hush up.
Okay.
You're
yeah,
trying to make
hi,
it more
hi.
dramatic, but I get it. But you got to project the voice. You got to feel
All
it.
right, so what happened was...
Bring it out of the cockles of your heart.
8-year-old kid. And what happened was, the kid was looking for the San Andreas, Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, and what had happened prior to that was that there's certain cheat codes you can use with certain software. We shall not name the software, copyright infringement and all that. And you can input the codes, and you can do certain things in the game that you can't do in any other game. Now, Rockstar alone is known for their controversial games, whether it be Red Dead Revolver, Grand Theft Auto, what was the other one? The
Bully.
Bully was just stupid. It's a kid's thing. What was the other one before Bully?
Red Dead. No. Grand Theft Auto, Red Dead Redemption.
Anyway, they had quite a few.
Yeah.
So, in the third installation of the Grand Theft Auto series was San Andreas. First being just Grand Theft Auto. Second being Grand Theft Auto Vice City, which is in Florida.
Well,
Imagine
actually,
Never City.
remember the original Grand Theft Autos,
Was
though.
in New York City.
Well, that was Grand Theft Auto 3.
Come on, we had Staunton Island. Not Staten Island. Staunton Island.
Yes, the Forgotten Borough, which when they got to, what was it, 4 or 5 when it did come back to New York?
4.
Yeah, 4. When it came
4.
back to New York, it was the one borough you couldn't get to.
Nope. Not at all. Not at all. So, anywho, getting back to the story. So the guy was inquiring about purchasing, the game. Now, the game, because of the hot coffee codes. Did I just name that? I did.
The hot coffee mod?
Oh, God. Okay. Anywho, well, they can't use it without the software. It's irrelevant.
Yeah.
Just irrelevant.
Oh, well.
Okay. So, yeah, they were found out about because they were going online about something the developers had codes that you can, create certain scenarios within the game. Don't need to go into detail, but just do your own research. So, once those cheat codes were found out about, they had taken all the games off the shelves, and they patched the games so that way when they play it, they can no longer use those codes. So, guy comes in with his son, can't be any more than 8, 9 years old, wants to purchase the game for his son because his son is asking for it. So, you have to let the parent know if there's an adult advisory on the game, foul language, sex, use of alcohol, smoking, blah, blah, blah. And so after the patch, they sent the game back. So now it's adult. It's rebranded as from mature to adult only. So that being said, I looked at the guy. I explained the rating because they had to change the ratings. And the guy looks over to his son. He says, "Oh, sorry, can't get it." What happened? This kid flips. He's like, "I can't fucking believe this shit." And I look at the parent. I said, "Oh shit!" I said, "This kid." The parents looking at me and confused as shit, didn't know what to say, and they're like, they give that old Jewish. So the kid snapped. The parent looked at me apologetically. I looked at my manager. My manager looked at me. He was like, "Hey, if he threw his hands up, I'm not gonna throw my hands up. Sorry, I can't sell it to you, kid." So he stomps out there. The parents just like, "Have a nice day." I was like, "Okay, you have a great day." That was pretty much it, but it was pretty funny.
Yeah, we got a lot of those angry kids when you finally had to tell them that it's
they
like
couldn't use the codes anymore. They were mad.
Oh, it wasn't even just that. Whenever the game was mature, it was like, "What do you mean I can't get it?" The parents are like, "No, he wants it." It's like, I have to tell you what's in this game. And then they get pissed off at you for telling them. It's like, I thought you were on my side.
Yeah.
No. Your parent has the money. That's whose side I'm on.
For the game, basically.
Yeah, you're paying for it.
I get it. I do still have the original copy. All the hot books.
Yes, I know you still have it.
I do. But I'm using that software that I got from Canada because not allowed in the United States because copyright infringement and all that. So still got that. What was the other one? Had a few. Every God of War game had sex scenes in it. Don't let anybody fool you.
Yep.
People bought the game just for the sex scenes. I did. I'm real.
I can't even deny it. It's true. Everybody did.
God of War is one of the best games ever created.
Now, do you remember the customer that we had that would always ask if the game pushed the limits?
Oh, you're talking about the big fat guy with all the tattoos.
Yes. Yeah.
He passed away.
Yeah, he passed away. He was actually a nice guy, but
oh no, he was cool, but he was.
Oh, his quirk was he loved to know if it pushed the graphical limits, but they were always but they were always. It was buying games on the Xbox and the PlayStation, so it was like he's asking if it pushes the boundaries, but he's picking the games that are probably the most disturbing to look at.
Come on, PS2 had Manhunt. I still have Manhunt.
Yeah, but it wasn't Manhunt.
What was the other one?
It was that Clive Barker game that he went and it was like.
I think I still have that one.
Yep.
That was oh man, he's one of my favorite authors.
Oh yeah, Clive Barker came up with some great stuff. I mean, he created Hellraiser. I know he froze people. Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
but there was you all can look it up. It's called the Google. You can Google it. The Google. They can Google it.
Oh, you can Google. Oh, Google it.
The Google.
Use the Google.
You use the Robert Google.
Yeah. Oh, Robert Google. Oh,
Yeah. So you can look it up. But yeah, this guy was every game was of a darker nature. It was pretty much looking at all the Souls games. But it's like, does this push the limits? I actually would have loved to have heard what he had to say when they came out with Elden Ring. When Elden Ring came out, because, yeah, he would have grabbed it, but at the same time, his questions, I almost miss being there, and I wish he was still with us, because I would have loved to have heard what he had to say, because he has some interesting questions.
Yeah. He was a rocker, kind of goth kind of guy, piercing tattoos, but not the kind of guy you would suspect. He's rotund, long hair, but you can see that the hairline was people here. So he had all his long rocker hair, but middle of the guy.
You know, no one caught that last bit.
Sorry?
I couldn't hear I couldn't hear you. I could hear you because we're in the same room, but when you trying to say with his hairline.
Oh, his hairline, yeah, man.
Yep.
It looked like his hair was afraid of his face. So what happened was, you know how the metallic kind of heavy metal rockers got the long hair and stuff? Well, he had that.
With a receding hairline.
Oh, it was receding. It was running away from his face.
With the facial tattoos,
the piercings. Remember those?
Oh, the piercings, the facial tattoos.
Yeah,
There was there's no way he's working in corporate America.
No, definitely not. But he was the coolest dude,
Oh yeah, he was actually really cool. I actually saw him repeatedly when I would go to the Chiller Theater conventions. So he would be out there.
I missed that as a kid. That was Channel 2. Chiller Theater would come on. You see the hand come up.
Yep. You're talking away from the mic. No one can hear you.
Okay, we need better mic. I got to invest in some mics here.
You're going to have to bring your own mic if that's the case.
Yeah, apparently I have to.
Listen, I had to buy Mike a mic. Do I have to switch the mic so this way you can have the handheld mic and hold it up to your face?
No. I don't do handheld mic. This isn't the 1970s. No.
So, other than that, I mean, we had some great times at GameStop. Well, we broke our assistant manager. And this is a story we love telling.
Pat.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pat.
Yeah.
Pat.
We aren't. These are all true stories, mind you. So we are not changing the names.
Pat.
Yeah. Pat was
Patrick. His name is Pat.
Hi,
Pat.
Our assistant.
See this?
He was our assistant manager for a while, and he was an okay guy, but he had some quirks.
All right.
He had some quirks, and
He loved to have affirmations.
They cannot hear you at that one.
Oh my God! Okay, he had to hear affirmations every day.
Yeah,
this guy's brain was just on another level somewhere.
He
didn't even know where.
Yeah, he needed the constant reassurance.
Oh, Pat, you're doing a great job, Pat. Like, yeah, you're doing great, Pat.
Even if he wasn't, but we still had to.
Which was like 75% of the time, anyway.
Yeah, yeah. But one morning, I come in. Jay is already working with him, and they've already been there for an hour. I show up a little later, and
I think it was like 2.
No, I was just an hour later. Store had already opened up, and we had a few customers in the store, but Pat was acting a little squirrely that day.
A little squirrelier than usual.
Yeah. And we're actually showing some concern, trying to find out what's wrong. You know, I love telling the story, by the way, because it's one of those moments where, and he knows, because it is pure gold. Because we're actually concerned about him because he's acting weirder than normal. So we want to know what's wrong. And he won't tell us. And he kind of storms off after saying he has a condition. And Jay, without missing a beat, starts in with his own little condition himself.
Yeah, my doc says if I stay on my medication, I won't have to.
Yeah, yes. So Jay's twitching and making his noises and stuff. It's great.
He said, I got a condition. So do I. Oh, yeah.
So he leaves us alone for a little while. He comes back, and he still looks so upset.
He looked like he lost his best friend. Someone stole his dog. He's like, I'm like, Pat, you okay?
Yeah.
He's like, Pat, come here, man. You good? He's like, I just have a condition.
Yeah.
So I just look at him like, hey, so do I, but my doc says if I stay on my medication. And he looks at me and he's like, I hate you. We should fucking
No. You're jumping ahead. You're jumping ahead because what happened was now.
He's told it so much he remembers this by heart.
Oh, I remember it verbatim because I told Pat, he came back from the back of the store, and I'm like, dude, we're concerned. Like, what's wrong? If you tell us, maybe we could help you out. And I'm standing on the customer side of the counter. Jay is next to Pat on the employee side of the counter. And Pat just gets so upset. And there are still...
That boy was a pot of water just boiling.
There were customers in the store. Yeah. And all of a sudden, you hear him scream, my hemorrhoids are acting up! Jay had already guessed while he was gone
like,
that his...
What's the matter? Your hemorrhoids acting up?
Yep. Now,
I didn't know. I was just joking.
Neither one of us knew.
No. I didn't know he had a legit hemorrhoid issue.
He says this in the middle of the store.
Had I have known, I probably would have said
it anyway. Yeah, you would. You would have. No, it wouldn't have changed anything.
Definitely not.
But we're sitting there, and I now have the distinction of sitting there and looking at him, and without missing a beat, Jay and I didn't have this prepared or anything. Everyone who remembers the old Jerky Boys routine, we went right into it. Oh, God. Oh, Jesus. Oh, God, my ass is killing me. Oh, God, how do you get rid of these hemorrhoids? Do you whack them? Do you poke them? Do you beat them off with a stick? Oh, God. Oh, Jesus, it hurts so bad. Oh, God, it hurts. We both do this at the same time. It's in unison, mind you. And Pat walks right up to Jay's ear as we are laughing hysterically.
Right to my face.
I hate you. I swear to God, I hate you. I hope you fucking die. I hate you. I swear to God, I fucking hate you.
And storms off to the back room. I'm confused as shit at this point.
And like, we are both laughing, and as we're laughing, Jay looks at me. Did he just wish I was dead and say that he fucking hates me? I'm like, I think so, but it's Pat. I'm like, I think he just said he hated it. I think so, but it's Pat. So we just are still laughing about it. A few hours go by. Tim comes into the store.
Hi, Tim.
Yep. Tim comes walking in, goes to the back. They both walk outside the store to have a conversation outside. And Jay looks at me. No, he's snitching. Snitching on what? We didn't do anything. All of a sudden, Tim comes walking back in the store, flinging his arms in the air. They do this shit all the time. What, you've never worked with these two before?
Clearly not.
From
short memory.
Yep. From that point on, we were only allowed to work together in about an hour.
A crossover shit.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yep. They did not want us working together.
Nope.
Because
Pat ran outside and snitched. They're bothering me. They're making fun of me. I'm having a hemorrhoid issue.
Now, this is what we can assume he said outside.
That's what he said, you know.
But, he screamed about his hemorrhoids in the store.
In front of customers.
Yep. And there is no way around that. So we've had a blast over the years.
We have.
And even we met working at GameStop. We from after working at GameStop, we have continued our friendship to the point where we are family. That's why I love Jay. Jay is
likewise.
This is one of my favorite people in the entire world. There are very few.
No, you're mine.
Oh no, you're mine.
No, you're mine.
Okay,
all right.
We're each other's.
Okay, I'll go.
Yeah. Now, that's one of these. We have one of these great friendships, and we've not only bonded over the crazy shit that we have been through and seen, but we also have our love of martial arts movies, Godzilla movies. Yeah.
Where'd you get that?
Convention. It's a bootleg. Yes, they did a musical of Evil Dead. So Jay has now gone a little off the rails because
My bad. Sorry. That was my squirrel moment.
yep, he has those all the time. I love him for it. But no, but we have our love of kung fu movies, Godzilla movies, and
Oh wait, I don't think so.
well,
Okay.
we're on Shaolin. You know, the Dragoon's Lair. Yeah, the Dragoon's Lair is on.
Shaolin Island.
Exactly.
24 miles long, 14 miles wide.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
You know what this is.
Oh, yeah. Much respect to the Wu-Tang Clan. And
Wu-Tang Clan ain't nothing but.
damn straight. Now, with that said, now I got to ask you. Now, they're saying next year, in 2024, there's going to be Godzilla and King Kong.
No, that's supposed to be December of this.
No, well, I guess it got pushed back because the last thing I saw is that it's next year.
But this time they're working together again.
Can't hear you.
Sorry, Mecha Ghidra? Yeah, sorry. Yeah, no, I need a better mic. My bad.
You
I'm
know,
going to start a GoFundMe.
he
I need a new mic.
you know, everybody wants to blame the equipment when
It is the equipment.
because
It should be picking up everything. 1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3, 5, 4. That you have to
Who
realize.
that here?
It's my baby daddy.
Everyone wants to blame the equipment when
Oh,
it
stop
all
it.
breaks down to projecting your voice.
Projecting.
Project these nuts. Now,
As the young guys say. Oh,
oh hell no. Listen, you know what? If you say something that just doesn't sound right, and you need to apologize, pause, like if you have to,
men don't do pause.
Yeah.
That was just a joke. We don't do pause.
No.
We just speak our mind. Period.
exactly.
Guys do that pause. I honestly think that what's that called? That form of Ebonics is actually playing out. I don't think anybody's
No one's. I don't think anybody's used that in ages. But then again, you know, because now everyone is so politically correct.
oh, whatever. Everybody's so butthurt over everything. This doesn't make any sense anymore.
No.
This whole world doesn't make any damn sense anymore. We got this cancel culture nonsense.
While you go on your tirade away from the mic,
I shall not go on a tirade. I promised myself I would not.
yet he does.
I will not go on a rant.
On a rampage. Which
As they say,
the thing.
and the more I try to think about it, the more I'm just going to push it away. Get it? Never mind. When it comes to me, I'm going to jump up. I'm just going to be spontaneous. Jump scare.
Pretty much.
If I remember.
When he remembers
Okay.
and it becomes relevant.
That's it. Yeah.
But yeah. So now, because we are both huge Godzilla fans, I got to know
Gojira! Gojira!
which monster from the classic era is your absolute favorite.
I like them all.
But there's got to be one that stands out.
I like the way they did the three-headed Hydra.
King Ghidorah. See, out of
I
the
like that.
out of all the classic monsters, other than Godzilla.
All right.
No. I was gonna say mine. I was gonna say the one I like.
Oh, my bad.
Oh.
I mean, you inquired.
I inquired, and you said you like King
I didn't
Ghidorah.
ask you. I just told you that I
Yes.
actually like all of them.
Yes. Well, my favorite,
bad.
but my favorite has
Your fan pick.
always been Mecha Godzilla.
Yeah.
Who's
I like Jaguar guy.
Mm,
He
Oh.
was cool.
for that, you just get Ultraman.
That's what it.
Yeah. Well, do you have any idea how many Ultramen there are?
No.
Oh God, there are so many Ultraman series that it's Ultraman, Ultraman Tiga. There's like so many of them that have kept going that I don't even have the ability to keep up with how many different versions
Yep.
of Ultraman there have been.
What was one with the Japanese kid? And he had one that was kind of like just a little taller than him. But then he said his name or something and he grew huge. Like Godzilla. You know what I'm talking
I know what you're talking about. I can't remember.
for a moment.
Yeah, he has a lot of those.
Yeah,
You have to speak up.
hi, yeah, he steals stuff. Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah. Sorry.
I love this man, but at the same time, he has squirrel moments.
Oh, repeatedly. As above, so below.
Yes.
That was cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
I like that other movie with the, what's the one that weighs your heart and with a feather and determines of whether or not you go up or go down?
Mummy?
Oh. What's the god that measures that?
Anubis?
Anubis. Yes, that guy. The one that got the coyote face thing.
Anubis. There's so many of the Egyptian
No,
gods.
there was one that was out a few years ago. Where the father and daughter, theological, they found
Uh,
below.
I was.
So forth.
Listen, I'm just thinking Moon Knight because
Yeah, they stopped that.
they didn't kill it. They didn't kill it. It should have more. There needs to be more. Yes.
I'd be in.
You know you want to see more Moon Knight.
Yes, Moon Knight. Yep. Yep.
Now, yes, we do go off on our tangents.
Always. That's the word I was looking for. Word of the day. Tangent. That's the one.
Yep.
That's the one. I went off on a tangent. Not once, not twice, but thrice.
Yes,
Yes.
we have
Tangent.
we have our
I like a tangent.
we have our special moments.
You like tangents? I like.
Oh yeah, we love our tangents. If he could ever, I'm glad I'm recording this visually because when no one can hear you, but they can just see you like making hand gestures and moving things in the air, it's going to be hilarious because no one is going to understand.
That's my sign language.
Yes, but you're also no one can hear you.
You are bullshit.
At least you knew that sign language.
You bullshit. Bullshit. Yeah, I have.
I just signed twat waffle at you, so. And I did it off screen so no one could see me doing it.
Okay.
There's someone on TikTok that I follow that she does dirty sign language. So how to dirty fucking sign language.
Very familiar with dirty sign.
Yes. So she does those. I love the how to dirty fucking sign language, and you can learn a lot of them.
Okay.
So yeah, so much fun. Yeah. So I'm glad I have my brother here because yes, having somebody here and we change up the format a little bit of us telling some stories and whatnot is always fun. Now, but Jay and I have a love for the bizarre movies.
Faces of death.
Yeah, movies that most people forgotten about. We like
Those
to.
are long forgotten.
Oh yeah, we love remembering and bringing them back up. I've surprised Jay by putting on movies, and I try to challenge him and figure out if he can figure out what I'm putting on. My favorite one was I put on Porky's, and I was like, he guessed it
That
immediately.
was such a treat. That really was a treat. Not gonna lie.
Yeah,
That
well,
was cool.
and we hadn't seen something like that in so long. It's definitely not a movie that can be made nowadays. And
Faces of death either. Those are like they consider stuff.
yeah, well, you figure they did remake Death Wish, which I felt that was more low budget than.
Yeah, than the original. And the original was when? Late 70s, early 80s?
Yep. They went from Charles Bronson to Bruce Willis.
Did you see the Russian guy that looked just like a modern day Charles?
No. Okay.
He's a stuntman.
I need you to speak into the microphone.
He's a stuntman and he wants to be an actor. Looks just like Charles Bronson because Charles Bronson is one of his favorite actors that he modeled himself after. So, yeah, if you look at him, Google it, looks just like Charles Bronson, just modern day.
every time I hang out with Jay, I cannot stop laughing, and I am probably my face is going to end up hurting later from laughing so hard because
Like it wasn't hurting earlier.
just getting you to the lair was the moment of like we're already cracking jokes, and we bust on each other all the time because our jokes we just don't stop.
Nope.
And that's the sign of true friendship and brotherhood. When you can make fun of somebody and they not only laugh about it, but make fun of you in return and make you laugh at yourself.
That's like I kicked Danny in his gimpy leg. Hurry up. You're taking too long. Come on. What are you lipping for? Act like you know. Come on. We got to be here in 30 seconds. Let's go. Come on. Top.
Yeah. I don't move so good. I don't move the way I used to.
None of us do.
No. Old age is setting in.
Getting there.
Yeah. I'm on replacement parts.
I'm going to have mine refurbished.
He goes for refurbishment. I go for replacement parts.
Yeah, that'll work.
Yeah. I needed a new warranty.
His warranty was up. He just needed new parts.
Yep. So now, out of all the movies that Jay and I have watched together, I think we've probably seen one of the most offensive movies around. The Toy.
Tropic Thunder.
No, The Toy.
Oh, you want to go there?
Oh, I want to go there because I want to talk
You can't make that movie today.
No, you can.
No way. That would not happen. Cancel culture would shut that shit down as soon as they even heard about the screenplay.
Now, anyone who doesn't know about the movie The Toy, Richard Pryor
Jackie Gleason.
as a couple
Richard Pryor's a factory worker.
Yeah.
Jackie Gleason is a billionaire. His son happens to see him one day because he's
he got hired to work.
He was a maintenance guy.
Yeah,
for a department store.
Yeah, he got hired to work at the department store as a maintenance guy.
His father owned the department store.
After they had already made him one of the maids,
Yep.
put Richard Pryor in a dress. He was in the dress, if you remember. He wore the maid's outfit.
Oh yeah, no, that's not going on today.
You forgot about the maid's
That's not
outfit.
going on today.
Yeah, so he was in the maid's outfit, and this Jackie Gleason's character, his son in the movie, sees Richard Pryor like playing with all these toys in the store, and he promised his son he could get anything in the store. He would buy him anything.
He points right at, without missing a beat, points right at Richard Pryor and says, "I want him."
I want the black man. You could not make this movie at all, let alone the fact that it was made in the first place. Wait,
Broke a lot of barriers.
oh, it definitely broke barriers.
Just like, well, look at all the Pam. That broke barriers in the 70s.
Yeah. Well,
Toy broke barriers in the 80s.
Oh,
It was continuing to break.
yeah,
Kid,
the toy broke
do
some.
it now.
The toy broke some major barriers, but
White man buys black worker as a toy for his son. Try that shit today. They'll look at you like you're stupid. No, like, you know how many laws this broke?
yeah, it's one of those moments where we kind of sit there and we have to look at it and just be like, "Oh, they
Probably
did."
try to throw people traffic.
You got to speak up. Talk into the microphone.
I'm talking into the microphone.
Not with the level of gaps I'm fucking seeing here.
What gaps? You got some gaps in your teeth. What the hell are you talking about?
I don't have gaps in my teeth. Maybe one, but that's a whole different issue altogether. It lets me be my own water gun.
Yeah. That sounds great.
But
Is there anything?
Jesus Christ, you just don't project. Why is it I always partner up with people that
Get
don't
yourself
project?
an ultra-sensitive mic. I don't want to project. It's nuts. I have to sit there. Hi. Mic check. Check 1 2 2 1 2. Check. I want to be able to talk like this. Just relax. Not have to go. You know what I mean?
I am speaking normally, but my voice
Because
projects.
you have a better mic. Aha. Yeah.
You know what? We're going to record a second episode, and we're going to switch mics.
He's going to give me the same old mic. Yeah.
No,
and tell me that I'm crazy.
I am going
That's
to...
what he does. Yeah. He tries to get me to think I'm crazy.
I don't have...
He's crazy. Oh, no.
Ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you all for tuning in to the Dragoon's Lair podcast. You can email us at dragoonslairpodcast@gmail.com.
Gmail.com.
That's Dragoon's Lair Podcast, all one word. Dragoon is spelled with 2 O's. Dragoon's Lair Podcast @gmail.com. Please send us emails because we're going to record another episode. Because while I have Jay here, I want to prove a point, and we're going to switch microphones for the next episode. Because he believes that I'm trying to screw him over with the microphone.
Remember, it's Dragoon, not Dragon. It's Dragon with 2 O's. Dragoon.
It's the Dragoon's Lair podcast, people. Thank you for tuning in. I will add something extra a little later. And remember to check out Mike's performance if you're in the New York, New Jersey area. Well, I'll have the information up and everything. But yeah. So with that being said...
Thank you so much for having me, Danny.
Thank you, Jason, for being here.
I appreciate it.
And we will see you all next time.
Peace, love, and hair grease.
You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here.
Peace.
Get out.
Yeah. Look back. Mole. Un poquito de sangre.
You know we're recording, right?
Hello. How you guys doing? All right. You do now.
I'm waiting on you. I'm trying to get the levels.
Get the levels up, sucker.
Make sure you are audible.
Oh my God. Am I audible now?
Yes, you're audible.
Now? Is it working now?
Yes.
Am I on?
Yes.
Is this thing on?
Yes.
Hello?
Pendejo.
We're good?
Pendejo.
Okay, just check. You sure?
Yes.
I want to make sure.
Oof.
Testing. 1, 2, 3. Testing. 1, 2, 3. All right, good.
Jeez.
Pinky Patel.
Let's not say that you did.
Pinky Patel.
We're literally recording. You can't be doing that.
My friend, buddy, you can't be doing what I'm doing.
Yep.
Look, it's Peter Griffin.
Yep. Okay. Like I'm gonna have to cut shit because you don't find. I have to cut so much out of this. Damn it.
Suck a knot.
Cut.
Cut. You do you.
I'm glad I tuned you out for that one. I didn't even hear it. All I heard, I hit the welcome music, so I was like,
oh, okay. I hit the welcome. He's fancy schmancy. He's got welcome music.
That's right. I hardly ever get to use it. So I needed to cover up whatever you were gonna say.
Whatever, man. Chicken.
Can't hear you. Seriously, you blamed the microphone last time, and now you have the microphone that I
was
have.
just looking for my coffee, but apparently I had finished my coffee, so yeah. So yeah.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome once again to the Dragoon's Lair podcast. I am the Blue Dragoon himself, Daniel the Dragon, and with me once again is my favorite person in the world, my brother, Jay.
Hey, thanks for having me, guys. Love ya.
Yeah. Jay is a very wonderful person who I have now proven it's not the microphone.
Oh, it's not the microphone.
It isn't.
No, not at all.
Because I'm using the microphone he had last time.
You're using the microphone, right?
That's right. And
I have a mic too. Look, testing. 1, 2, 3.
Yes, but the thing is, I'm clear.
Oh my God, he's clear.
Oh my God. I love this guy. No, we had a lot of fun. Hope everybody enjoyed the previous episode, but now, because we needed a part 2, because
Part two.
while I have Jay with me, I need to make sure we record because who doesn't want to hear from this man? He is one funny motherfucker.
When Sonny gets blue. I'm just a tad bit random. You'll get used to me.
He's a little more than a tad bit random, but
Just a tad.
we
Just
love
a
him.
tad.
We love him. He's family.
Like a bad cold.
Oh, yep. He is family. So last time we talked about our experience, like some of our GameStop stories and stuff, which I'm sure offended people, and
Very much so.
I'm glad that they did because
Me too.
yeah, because
You can't take a joke. Just saying.
yeah. Now, Jay and I love our movies,
We do.
as we've established before.
Oh, yes, we do.
Yes.
We do. Yeah.
So, we love eldritch horror stuff.
Eldridge.
Yep, because we love our Cthulhu mythos.
Cthulhu.
So, Jay, what would your favorite Cthulhu style game? What is it?
Sunken Cities.
Sunken Cities on the PlayStation 4?
Oh, yes, sir.
And what do you love about Sunken Cities?
Oh, you can do a lot more than you can with Call of Cthulhu. Though I take nothing away from that game, as that game I played and mastered as well. But I would rather go with Sunken Cities because there's so much more to do.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, Call of Cthulhu is a fun game for the PlayStation 4,
It is. It is. I take nothing away from it. It is.
but it is very linear.
It is.
You can't really do too much.
Not at all. Not like you can with Sunken Cities.
There's only like I think one level in Call of Cthulhu where you have to choose like the escape and like how you're going to like get through that level,
Yeah.
which
yeah.
means you got to play it more than once.
Yeah.
And that's the only one level that happens with.
But on the bright side, once you complete the game, you can play it over to see all three different endings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it auto saves the
Pretty cool.
endings,
It does.
so you don't have to worry about which ending, although you are driven mad no matter what.
Most definitely, yes.
But then again, that's the Cthulhu mythos in and of itself.
That's the Cthulhu way.
Yes, everybody gets a little mad.
Just a little.
Yep, which I now got Jay interested because I had spoken about it when I was with Mike for a previous episode, but I've now told you about Batman, the Doom that came to Gotham.
Oh. The Doom. The Doom.
And now I know Jay wants to watch that one.
Oh, yes, most definitely.
Yep.
I'm very interested. It finished downloading, and I shall peruse it at
Yes.
my leisure.
That's right. So
Yes.
we have we love watching movies and we love finding like some of the more obscure things.
We do. We do.
Now, I didn't get a chance to see it yet, but I know you saw Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey. What was your opinion? Come on, just be honest.
No, it's my opinion, and I'm entitled to it, but I'll keep it to myself.
No. I want your opinion on it.
It's like a B movie slasher. That's the best as I can.
Wait,
I mean, you got a lot of gore in it. Don't get me wrong. I mean, just the opening of the movie itself.
so
Should I give it away?
you can.
Are you
I mean,
sure?
the premise of the movie really is Winnie the Pooh and Piglet basically
Shall
are
I explain
looking.
it?
Well,
Shall
Go
I
ahead,
explain
go ahead,
it?
go
Would
ahead.
you like me to?
yes, please,
I could if you want me to.
please,
Are you sure?
please do.
Okay, here I go. So, the premise of the movie is that as what's
Christopher Robin.
Christopher Robin, yeah, okay. He grew up. He wasn't able to bring them their food like he would normally. Instead of letting them be the wild animals that they are, he started feeding them at a young age. Got to the point where he was going off to college, so he wouldn't be able to feed them anymore. Now, in his absence, what had happened was they were no longer being fed, and they were missing Christopher Robin. But it got to the point that they weren't being fed anymore, so they had to fend for themselves. So, that being said, the 100-acre woods became a place of doom and despair for little piglets, Winnie the Pooh, Eeyore, the owl, and I believe it was Kanga with her baby, Roo. So, everyone parted ways because it was so bad at one particular time that, well, Eeyore, poor Eeyore, may he rest in peace.
Ooh.
They cannibalized Eeyore to survive.
Ooh.
And after said act was completed, they all felt so terrible that Winnie the Pooh and Piglet swore never to speak to anyone again.
Oh
And,
my.
Kanga, her baby Roo, and Owl took off and went their own way. But the premise of the movie is there will be sequels. So maybe later on we'll find out what happened to Tigger and Owl and Kanga and her baby Roo.
Thank you for such a dramatic telling of Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey.
Yes. Oh, may I also add that because they made the promise never to speak to anyone again, up to and including Christopher Robin, they started to go crazy. They went mad with the guilt of their actions against Eeyore. So, they started to act out. And then people started going missing around the 100-acre woods. And there were many, many police reports of people disappearing and hikers going missing. So you'll have to watch the movie to see it for yourself. You be the judge. Enjoy.
This has been a dramatic reading by Jay of Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey. So basically, yeah, we're going to be sitting there and, yeah, so it's fun. Sounds like a fun ride. I don't think you enjoyed it that much.
No, not really, because they could have done it a bit better. You know, it's just more or less Christopher Robin returning back to the 100-acre woods after getting married, and you know, he's looking around for everyone once he enters the 100-acre woods.
Better speak up.
Christopher Robin returns to the 100-acre woods with his wife, newlywed. He wants to introduce her to his favorite, bestest, best friends from his childhood, which would be Winnie the Pooh, Piglet, Eeyore, Tigger, Owl, Kanga, and her baby, Roo. Now, once entering the 100-acre woods, they were met with despair and doom, very gloomy, overcast skies. They're walking around his old haunt, and all you see is abandoned vehicles and a junkyard of sorts, which is a far cry from the heyday of the 100-acre woods being sunny, happy, and gay.
I have never heard such a dramatic reading for a horror movie, for a synopsis, ever. I would like to thank you for that.
And my pleasure, my pleasure.
Yes. So, with Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey, now available for people to watch. I mean, there's so many movies that you don't expect, and
John Wick 4 coming.
Yep.
John Wick 4 is on the way.
Yeah, we know you like John Wick.
March 24th.
Yep.
Oh, baby. Oh, I can't wait.
Yeah. Jay is a John Wick fan, so am I.
I am.
Keanu Reeves has done such an amazing job in this series.
Oh.
And we have
He is
to,
the best.
but we do have to acknowledge we did lose one of the actors from the franchise recently.
Oh, yes, may he rest in peace.
Yeah.
He was great in so many other movies and series.
He did the Resident Evil series for
And they only
Netflix.
did that one season.
Yeah, I
He
know.
got canceled.
I didn't watch it because I want, and
Believe me, he's Western. Watch it. It's worth a watch. I was very disappointed when I found out there would only be one season long. That was it. But they did.
you're like talking away from the mic, so yeah.
Oh my God, this damn mic. Okay, testing. 1, 2, testing. Is this thing on? Hello? Let me see. Can I take this thing off here? Hold on. Hello? Can you hear me? Can you hear me now?
Gee.
Okay, there you go. Hello? All right.
Oh my God.
I'm here.
You're almost as bad as Mike.
Just a bit.
The only difference is you have all your digits. Mike is missing a digit. Yeah, he's missing a digit.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's 4.
Yeah. No, he's literally missing this digit. There you go.
Got it.
Yep. So Mike is here in spirit. You know,
Yes.
as we keep the finger. So he, you know, the nub.
Look, we call him Nubby.
You do. I don't want to call him Nubby.
Oh, fine.
He likes rubbing his nub on people. He'll shake your hand. You don't realize he's missing the
And then
digit.
he's going like this.
You get the nub. Yep, get the nub. Like,
No, I'm good.
ugh.
That's somebody taking their middle finger when they're going to shake your hand and going like this. He uses it to his advantage.
If he thinks it's an advantage.
Yeah. Hold your hand like this. And just rub.
Oh God. Yeah. So.
He's a nub rubber. All right.
Yeah, I'm sure our one of my favorite fans of the show, Doug, is going to get a kick out of that one.
All right there, Mr.
Yep.
Nub Rubber.
Thank you, Doug. I hope you appreciate the ribbing Mike's getting while he's not here.
Oh yeah. Well for you, Doug.
Yeah. So now we've gotten Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey, like that
Is there
dramatic
another one
reading.
that you'd like?
You know what? I haven't watched Cocaine Bear yet. Let's get a dramatic reading for Cocaine Bear.
Okay, actually no, that one was good. I like that.
Okay,
I don't really have one for that one, but do see the movie.
You
It's
don't-
worth it.
So there's no dramatic reading for Cocaine Bear.
I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory.
Bear on cocaine.
Yeah. And I remember that from the '80s. It was a big thing in the news. But I mean, he ate a kilo of cocaine, and well, subsequently OD'd, and that was it.
This time, they've
But
made him a
his
killer.
carcass is actually stuffed and mounted, and is on display. The real cocaine bear. But for the movie, I mean, they embellished quite a lot with, a lot of blood and gore, which was cool because they do have a very good cast. You would enjoy it.
Yeah.
This guy from Goodfellas is in there.
Ray Liotta?
Yes. Before he passed, may he rest in peace.
Yes.
That was really funny though. He yeah, he's the trafficker that has to retrieve the cocaine, and it's a whole adventure just to try and get it. Ice Cube's son is in it. What's the old lady's name? She was just in a series I was watching. I can't.
I don't know what series.
Anyway, it's a good cast. You'd enjoy it.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I'm a fan of Elizabeth Banks, so I want to see what she does with this movie. So I'm definitely gonna check it out.
Yeah. I would.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed it. I would actually go as far as to say that I would watch it a second time.
Yeah. Well, when you say you'd watch it a second time,
Yeah.
that's definite praise.
Yeah, most definitely, because it was funny. I'm
Now-
not gonna lie. It had such comedic moments. It was even Aquafina is in it as well. She's one of the ambulance technicians,
Yeah.
and you'll notice her partner. I forgot his name, but he's been in quite a few.
I believe Aquafina is going to be in the new Renfield movie.
She is. She is his assistant.
Yeah. No.
No.
She's the
She's the
Renfield's
assistant
love
too.
interest.
She is.
That's what it looks like from the trailer. Because,
I thought she was an assistant to the assistant.
well, I don't think so, but yeah, no, seeing Nicolas Cage as Dracula.
I know. You know what? That in and of itself, yeah, I'm going for it.
Oh yeah.
Because he's actually revived his career something ridiculous as of late, and yeah.
Oh yeah. I think we did watch.
Come on, the weight of unbearable talent. Playing
Yes.
yourself next to my man Pasquale.
Pedro Pascal.
Oh yes.
You know,
that dude, the Mandalorian.
Yeah,
Come on,
I
you got
didn't-
to work with him.
I didn't realize how long Pedro Pascal's been in the business.
Oh yes, he's
It-
been in for quite a while.
When I saw recently that they were interviewing him, and it's like Sarah Michelle Gellar tweeted about you. And he's like, really? She posted something about me, and it was like, yeah, it's on Instagram. He's like, oh, I gotta get online more. But yet he remembers being on Buffy the Vampire Slayer, like he did an episode.
Yes, he was a very clean cut young man.
Yes, which I think that throws me off because it's like I didn't realize how long he's been in the business when now he's the internet's daddy.
Definitely. Come on, Last of Us. He played the greatest Joel. Oh, I can't wait for the next season.
Oh yeah, his Joel is absolutely amazing.
Unbelievable.
and that young lady, they were saying that
Bella Ramsey.
Yeah, I apologize. I
Yeah,
didn't mean to cut you off.
you
This
just
was just getting ridiculous. Oh my god, this series is unbelievable. I love this series. They are holding so true to the game as it is right now, and you still have other creatures that haven't been exposed just yet.
but at
And
the
it just
same
keeps getting better.
yeah, at the same time though, they've changed over how it spreads, which I think is also a little more creepy because now that it's tendrils rather than just
It's not tendrils. It's not tendrils.
What is it
They're
then?
Roots.
Yeah.
They're roots, but it's a big network. They explained it in not the episode before last.
yeah, but it's
No, wait, 2 episodes ago? I can't remember. I'm sorry,
No.
but I know they did explain it that you can be miles away. You can be in another
Yeah.
state, and there'll be an electrical impulse.
yeah, as opposed to the spores.
Yes.
That
yes.
would have, I think the spores probably really would have been harder to depict on screen. In a game, it's easy to show, but it's like this time at least they didn't have to put on a gas mask all the time.
As of yet,
Yeah.
I don't doubt that once they get deeper into the series, that they will have to because those spores become very dangerous.
Yeah, but they are making some changes.
Oh yeah.
What I'm interested to see is when they do the second season, if they're going to follow just like the game, how
Well, they have so far.
Yes, but for part 2, who are they going to cast for the other girl?
Well, Bella Ramsey, there's rumors floating around that they don't want her around for the second season.
There's no way. Listen,
Exactly
she's
my point.
She's already 20 years old as it is.
Yeah.
So it's not like aging her up is an issue because you're just changing how many
You give
years
her
have
some
passed.
makeup treatment. That's
Yeah.
it. But I don't understand why they would do that because that would be so asinine because she is Ellie.
Yeah.
So that girl has accepted that role and just made it her own.
Oh, yeah, and
And
see,
she's done a great job.
especially then we saw Ashley Johnson, the original Ellie, in the last episode as Ellie's
Her
mom.
mother. Yeah.
Ashley Johnson is an amazing talent, and
She
seeing
is.
her on screen as Ellie's mom, it like gave extra weight to
I mean,
that.
look at them. They look alike.
Oh yeah, but now but it's like, do you remember the name of the girl from the second game that you end up playing part? Like you end up having to play her,
Do you mean the colored girl?
huh?
The colored girl?
No. I mean the kind of like the military kind of like
You're talking about the one that had the mannish body.
yeah.
All
You
right,
said it, not me.
let's be PC.
Yeah.
She was being. She
was
she's
pretty
very well put together. She's very toned.
Very muscular.
Right. Very. You can tell that this girl works out because she has.
Yeah.
Because that environment, you have to keep fit.
Oh yeah,
You're
and
doing
she's
a lot of running. You're doing all sorts of.
and the group that she was with seemed very military esque.
Oh yes. Fireflies.
Well,
Is it
She started with the Fireflies, but
Right.
then switched over to like whatever that other thing is.
the other?
Not
faction?
Fedra, but
Right, because there's
Yeah.
factions. They splintered off. So you had Fedra, you have the Fireflies, which are more like militant, like militia-like.
yeah.
That's what they are. And then you have the offshoots in each state or town. Some could be good, some could be bad, some could be cannibalistic, which is like the worst of everything. There's quite a few things. I really do enjoy this series, though.
Oh yeah.
I love the third episode though because that explained the 2 guys that you had to do a mission for in the first game.
Yep.
That was really cool. They even threw in the backstory of how they met. I found that really, really intense. I was like, damn, you did it really well.
Oh yeah.
Because it's just a mission in the game. So for them to do a whole story about how them 2 met.
Yeah, they gave their whole relationship. It was
Yes,
so much more
yes.
in-depth storytelling. I even like the way they kind of changed up the city when you're going through it and you have to take on all those humans. And it's
Yeah.
now
Yep.
like they gave them that whole big storyline.
How about the ones in Montana?
Yeah. Not even just those.
No, because that was the cannibal.
Yeah, but
tribe.
I was talking about the city.
Oh, there was so many different things in the city. Oh,
Yeah,
man.
but when you had like all of them where like the group that was looking for them, where it led to the sad of the little boy getting
You're
bit.
talking about in Montana.
Yeah.
Where he wound up killing one of their guys when they were just going out on some routine, looking for food.
No,
Is
what
that
I'm
you're referring to?
no, I'm referring to the actual city where they went and they had to go, where like they get into the city and the guys attack them, and Joel kills the guy, and they're like, oh, they killed our guys. They went looking for them because Joel and Ellie are hiding.
So is that when they
meet
snatched Ellie?
No, that's when they meet the two brothers.
Yes.
And he's looking out for his little brother. Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. That
when they met him, I think it was in the attic.
Yeah. Well, they were in like an office and like
in the ceiling or something.
Like those guys were. Yeah, they were hiding in the ceiling.
Right.
But like Joel and Ellie were in like an office building, so like those guys stumbled across Joel and Ellie. Like
yes.
The story, like they've done such an amazing job with that, and
they did.
The second season should be amazing.
Well, now you're going to go into the second game.
Yeah, which there's a lot.
And they haven't even shown everything from the first game yet.
I don't think they can.
Well,
they pretty much hit the whole story.
Nope. Because remember how many different variations of those things that there are.
Yeah, but I'm talking just the main story for the game itself.
Yeah, that's what I mean. They encountered so many different things along the way.
Yeah, but they followed pretty much the whole first game.
They did a great job of it, but they could add more. There is more content out there.
Yeah,
but the second one should be. Let's see what happens.
Yeah,
because there's a lot in the second one as well.
I'm interested to see what they do casting wise.
Yeah,
especially for the other girl. I hate that I can't remember her name. Wait a minute.
Didn't Joel get bit?
No.
I could have sworn that when she had him in the basement of that house, and she was going out to get medicine
in the garage. No, he wasn't bit. He was stabbed.
No, but he had looked at his arm and it looked like he was bit.
No.
I could have sworn I'd seen that for some reason.
No, Joel was not bit. I think you're just at like it. You know what it is? There was so much going on.
Yeah. That really was though.
So
I was when I saw that I was like, no wait, there's no way he could be bit.
Yeah. I mean, now let me ask you: did you watch the series Lucifer? Not Lucifer, Luther. With Idris Elba.
I watched the movie with him.
So you watched the movie on Netflix recently?
Yeah.
You know there's a series.
No.
There are.
But I did definitely binge watch Lucifer.
Oh yeah,
I did.
Lucifer.
He's great.
Oh, Lucifer is amazing. Tom Ellis.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely
unbelievable.
Phenomenal.
They got the right person to play him, and then the cameos from other stars in that series.
Oh, absolutely.
Unbelievable.
Oh yeah. You figure they had Tom Welling for an entire season, Trisha Heffler for more than a season. They did so much amazing stuff in that series.
What's his name? Who's the one that played his brother that was a troublemaker?
Oh.
That wasn't Loki. That was it Loki?
No. There was a bunch of different brothers and stuff and like siblings for Lucifer.
But he was younger. And I know we've seen him in other things.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't remember his name.
Yeah, no, but that wasn't Loki. I don't because that wouldn't be.
No, because remember he tried to kill Lucifer.
Oh yeah, well a few of them did, but
because they were trying to team up, they were trying to split everybody.
Oh yeah,
that's what it was.
But now the show Luther though was a BBC show.
Right. So the movie's BBC.
Yeah,
so,
but it's a short series because the first season is like 6 episodes. The second season goes down to like 4, and then they kind of like stick around 4 to 3 episodes, or they're a little longer. I have to watch seasons 4 and 5 before I actually go and I watch the movie.
Just watch the movie.
No.
The movie's worth it.
I want to see the movie, but I want to see...
And you know what kills me? The bad guy.
Okay. Microphone.
The bad guy in Luther plays Golem. But
so it's
this
Andy Serkis?
Yes. And he was also in
Black Panther because he was Claw.
Yes. No, he was in a movie with a robot, an AI robot. He was a bad guy.
Yeah, well, remember, he also was he was the monkey in all of the new Planet of the Apes movies. He was the main ape. Yeah, Andy Serkis has an amazing career, and he's done a lot of motion capture stuff, and his performances always come through. But when you see something like when you see him on screen, you kind of get taken back for a second because you forget. It's like, oh shit, he's actually also.
This is Golem.
Yeah.
Yes, my precious. Yes. Oh, please don't feel that way.
Yeah, no. So, but yeah, you're saying that the Luther movie is really good, though.
Yes, because he plays the bad guy in that movie, and he is evil.
Yeah.
When
Well,
I say evil, this dude will find out the smallest thing about you, exploit it, and make you commit suicide over it. So Luther is actually the one guy who's chasing him to track him down.
yeah. Well, that's the thing. I loved the series when I first saw it, and that's why it's like there's so much history to it, because there are characters that I don't know if they make a reappearance or not from the early seasons. So that's why I kind of want to see.
Watch the movie.
Yeah.
That's all I can say.
Yeah,
Watch the
Luther.
movie.
If you are an Idris Elba fan, which if you're not, there's something wrong with you. It's something that you
A lot
should
of
definitely.
people are freaking out that he came out as bi. So who cares?
Listen, people were upset with him for saying because he wanted to be James Bond when they started
I can
talking
see him
about.
doing that role.
But when they talked about it, he decided no, and I understand why. After the backlash that came out from this new Disney Little Mermaid trailer,
give me a
because
break.
the Little Mermaid's a black girl, it's like who cares? It's like it's a mythical creature. It doesn't make any sense. A mermaid is a mermaid, and if anyone really wants to complain, they did a Little Mermaid series that was on CBS back in the 90s where Ariel had a deaf mermaid friend because it was based off of a little girl who was dying of, I think it was cancer or something, and they created the character for her. So it's not like it's something new. It's not like there isn't diversity in the mermaid culture. I mean, technically, if you want to see a mermaid, mermaids are fictitious. Technically, a mermaid could have a fish head and a person's legs. We don't know what they actually look like because they're not real. That we know of.
I mean, yeah, exactly. I was just about to correct you on that one. Yeah.
That we know of. You know, there's a lot of shit that's at the bottom of the sea that we don't know, but
This is true.
and frankly, if there is some mermaids, I'd be interested to see what the hell they do look like, but I don't care what their skin color is.
I want to see some mermaids
Nope.
with a side order of some mermaid, and then some,
See,
God.
You remember Futurama? There was that one episode of Futurama where they went to the sunken city of Atlanta.
Yes,
Not Atlantis, Atlanta.
Atlanta.
Yeah, and it was like Fry realized very quickly how are they supposed to have sex because she doesn't have regular lady parts. So he ran back to the ship to go back up above into the world of air.
The human world.
Yes, and I don't blame him.
I don't either.
It's
you
like
rub the scales one way, they're smooth. If you rub them the opposite way, cheese grater.
oh
Yeah, I'm good.
yeah. So
I'd head up top too.
So it really was one of those moments where you're just like, oh, yeah, makes sense. We have no clue. Like, everybody has that fantasy of like, oh, I'd do a mermaid. How?
That'd be some pretty smelly fish.
I don't know how you would do that because from every depiction, unless they're able to change their fins into legs, yeah, you are not gonna want to do what you.
Well, you see how whales do. I'm saying.
Yes. Whales are mammals.
Exactly. Yeah.
And-
you ever seen a whale puke?
Listen, when you actually think about it, the reason why the ocean is so salty is all because of whales. So let's
Okay, I get it.
the amount.
Yeah, okay.
Yes, I had to discuss you a little bit on
Yes,
that one.
Just a bit.
Yeah. So now, out of all the movies that have been coming out lately, what's something that you've seen that you would highly recommend?
I haven't really had a chance to.
Yes, I know
Many.
we lead busy lives. The world is fucked up that we have to adult.
Well, name some new ones, and I'll let you know if I've seen them.
Okay. Ooh. Pass me the list that's right there.
Oh, you have a list.
Yes, that's Mike's list of the upcoming movies. So if you scroll back a few pages, there's
Super Mario Brothers. They should have done that the right way the first time.
and doing it animated this way doesn't. I don't know if it's going to be the right way this time either.
I'm curious about Evil Dead Rise.
Of course.
Definitely Renfield.
Yep.
The Pope's Exorcist I haven't seen yet, but I've heard about it. On a Wing and a Prayer.
I don't know.
Dennis Quaid, Heather Graham. I don't know. Winning Gold. Does that have something to do with what's his name? Where he had her in the room spinning. What is it?
Rapunzel?
Yarn? Yes.
Not Rapunzel.
Not-
Rumpelstiltskin.
Yes, Rumpelstiltskin.
Possibly. I have no clue. Like
Yeah.
I got the list off of what is it? What was the website that I got the list off of Cinema Blend. So this is like a list of all the movies that were coming out this year. Now, did you see A Man Called Otto?
Yes, I did.
Yep.
That movie was great. But have a box of tissues.
Oh yeah. It's definitely one
very-
that's
it's sad.
now I caught the first like 10, 15 minutes of the movie, and it had me rolling because I never wanted to see Tom Hanks as a crotchety old man as much as I saw this,
He did
and-
his damn thing as he normally does.
and
That boy does his job.
and I loved it.
It was great. I
it-
enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was definitely one that you're sitting there and you're like, oh,
It was sad though. I'm not gonna lie.
oh yeah,
House Party, I wasn't all thrilled about. Plane was good.
yeah. Now I saw House Party. I kind of liked House Party.
Yeah.
I felt it went a little too much, but it didn't hit all the nostalgia.
It didn't. But they did have Kid and Play in a cameo.
Yeah, but I wanted to see them doing the dance, not seeing the new
I
guys
know,
doing
I
it.
know. It's not the original.
No, it's not. So Megan,
Was good.
okay, you liked Megan.
Yeah.
I still got to sit down and actually watch that.
I'd watch it again.
Did you watch Shotgun Wedding?
Yes, I did.
And what did you think of Shotgun Wedding?
Loved it.
Okay, because I was curious about that one. I haven't watched it yet, but it's mostly because I want to see Josh
It
Duhamel.
was really cute.
Yeah,
it was really cute.
For me, it's like I want to see it because of Josh Duhamel.
He's actually in the oh my god, the new game on the PS4, the Callisto Protocol.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now,
He's the main character.
all
He
right.
looks just like him.
What about You People?
That was cute. Come on, it's Eddie Murphy, man.
Yeah, but I think Julia.
And he plays a Muslim.
Yeah, but I think Julia Louis-Dreyfus really stole most of that stuff. Like
She's
most of the
looking a
scenes.
little haggard these days.
But
I'd still slap it around. She was always a cutie.
yeah. Now, what about Knock at the Cabin? Because I've been meaning to check
All
it
I
out.
have to say is it's M. Night Shyamalan. That's it.
Yeah. I've been meaning to check it out, but that's also because it's like I like Dave Bautista, and he's become a
It's
decent
a
actor.
different role for him. I
Yes.
can tell you. It was cool, but just a one watch.
Yeah,
It's M. Night Shyamalan. I take nothing away from him because he's done movies that I like. I'm not going to say all.
He's done 3 movies that I like.
I mean,
Do you know which 3 of his movies I liked?
the trilogy.
Yes.
Okay,
So Unbreakable,
Yep.
Split,
Yep.
and Glass.
correct.
Those are the only 3 I feel that are
Yeah,
worth.
They have Bruce Willis in it.
Yeah.
Well, at least the first one, anyway.
No, he was in the third. He was in Glass.
Oh, that's right.
He wasn't in Split, but he was in Glass.
Right.
And it's Samuel L. Jackson. So it's like Bruce Willis, Samuel L. Jackson, I'm good.
Oh yeah. And Samuel L. Jackson being the bad guy
Oh yeah.
in a wheelchair at that.
Yeah. Now, I didn't watch, but I'm curious if you did 80 for Brady.
What exactly is that one?
80 for Brady is like older women like going, I guess, like as football fans.
Oh wait, there's Lily Tomlin.
Yes.
Say no more. I'm on it.
Yeah, Lily Tomlin and who else was in
I
this
love
one?
her.
So it's Lily Tomlin, Jane Fonda, Rita Moreno, Sally Fields.
Okay, go back up. Okay, now them two right there, the first two, Lily Tomlin and what's her face? I apologize. I just can't remember her name.
Jane Fonda.
Yes, they have a series on cable.
Yeah.
It's really cute. Lily
Tomlin's this old hippie. She smokes weed. She does all tantric. It's a real cute series. Just those two.
Yeah. Now it seems like it's going to be a fun one. So it's
I
like
haven't had the opportunity to check it out yet, but look at the cast. Why not?
Oh, yeah.
I love everybody up there.
oh yeah, those women are all hilarious.
Come on, Rita Moreno. Come on.
Yeah, Rita Moreno is
I like to be in America.
Puerto Rico, my heart's devotion.
There you
Let it sink down into the ocean.
Oh yeah, that's right. She was like, "No, I'm here now. I'm not over there no more. I like to be right here. I want to live in America. I like to live in America."
Yeah,
Oh, West Side Story, man. Classic.
Yeah, of course. Little racist, but still.
That's not racist. Stop it.
Just a little bit.
Whatever.
Come on, it's a bunch of Puerto Ricans that like our fighting is not us dancing and snapping our fingers.
It's really not. Though. It's not.
It's like we're gonna cut you.
But how did this work out? The Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania.
I liked it a lot.
You saw it?
I saw it in the theater. I liked it. I know it didn't do so well on the rewatch. The second week, its box office numbers started going down. But then again, I think there's a lot of burnout when it comes to the Marvel movies because there's so many of them to get used to.
Yeah, it's becoming oversaturated.
Yeah, you have too many to like try to get through in the course of a year.
Right.
And that's not including also now all the series that you end up on Disney Plus.
Right.
So now what is it? I didn't.
But is that Tom Green?
I don't. Of an age, maybe. I know nothing about that one.
I got to check that out.
Yeah.
'Cause if that's who I think it is, that boy is trying to revive that career.
I don't think it is. The fact
because
that,
he was actually in something recently.
by the way, the fact that it's Kerry Russell is in Cocaine Bear.
Oh.
Yeah. That's
Wait.
that to me is one that makes me kind of want to see it.
Yeah. Yeah. It's funny though.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah, these are the movies that Mike and I have kind of discussed, like what it is for us. I know Mike was definitely not somebody who was going to see Cocaine Bear, and he knows I am. It's clear as day. Now,
No, this is the other Tom.
Yeah.
He's an Australian actor.
Yeah. Now, did you see 65 with Adam Driver?
Refresh my memory again.
That's that one where it looks like he's on like a spaceship, crash lands with like
Oh,
with like
my
the
God,
dinosaurs.
That's the guy from Star Wars.
Yes.
And he was also in this funny dramedy recently.
Yep.
Lord have mercy, man. My memory is garbage.
Have mercy.
What was the movie? It was a cute movie.
Yeah. Now, Creed 3.
Haven't had the opportunity to check that one out, but I'm definitely interested in that one.
Yeah, same here. I haven't seen it yet, but I definitely do want to check it out.
Oh, yeah.
What about Scream 6?
Not it.
Not interested, even though it's Scream in New York?
Don't care where it is.
See, I kind of want to see it.
Oh, I'm good.
Really?
No, sir.
Listen, I think the girls that are in it are actually really good.
I'm not saying they're not. I'm just saying I'm not interested.
Yeah.
I've seen enough Scream movies. I'm
But,
done. But again, that's just me.
Nah.
Just me.
you know, I feel like they've been somewhat faithful to the franchise and to Wes Craven's memory. And Wes Craven is somebody who got me into film. Like, watching his movies as a kid, which I probably shouldn't have been watching, but watching Nightmare on Elm Street. And one of the more lesser knowns, Deadly Friend. Which most people don't realize Deadly Friend, which I love that movie. But that's just me.
And
Now, what is it? I didn't see Shazam! Fury of the Gods.
nope, not interested.
I actually kind of want to see it. But then again, I also really like Zachary Levi. I think he's like so charming.
I get it. I mean, yeah, you know what? I'm not even gonna lie. I'll check
Yeah. So
I will check it out.
yeah. Now, I mean, this weekend it should be John Wick 3, 4.
Get it
Jeez,
right. 4.
there's
Already did 3.
so many of them. So many.
Too many. But I'm
It's
riding
sequel-
It out till the wheels fall
Oh
off.
yeah. Absolutely. Now I am waiting for the end of this month because I want to check out the Dungeons and Dragons movie.
Yes, that looks good. I want to see that.
Oh yeah. I'm sorry, but just the fact that it I'm looking at it, and as someone who has like some of the players' handbooks and stuff, and I'm like, oh my god, there's a displacer beast, there's a gelatinous cube, and they jump into a gelatinous cube to escape a displacer beast.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, that to me was just like, oh, this is going to be good. So even if it's not like an intense story, it'll still be better than the 2000 Dungeons and Dragons movie, let alone the two Sci-Fi Channel ones that they did.
Okay, you said Sci-Fi Channel.
Oh yeah.
You lost me as soon as you said that because I don't take anything that comes off this.
Well, you can barely be heard when you did that one.
Oh my God! Off on a tangent again.
Yeah, tangent. Your tangent went away from the microphone.
Okay, I'm sorry.
People want to hear people want to hear the tangents.
They don't want to hear my voice.
Yes, they do.
No,
you're here.
they do not.
I want to hear your voice.
All right, that's
different. And if I want to hear your voice, they want to hear your voice.
Yes, Champions is another one.
Yeah.
That is going to be great.
Yeah, Woody Harrelson and Ernie Hudson.
Yes.
You know what? If it's got Ernie Hudson, you already have my interest.
Not even that. It's the actors that have Down syndrome.
Yeah.
Now you'll notice a few that you've seen before, and they're funny.
Oh yeah.
They are unbelievable. I love those guys. So just them alone, don't even have to be Woody Harrelson and Ernie Hudson. Just for them alone, that they made a movie.
Yeah.
I'm good.
But Ernie Hudson though is a huge selling point for me.
Definitely, yes, because he's one of the original Ghostbusters. Come on.
Yeah. And the thing is, and
come on, Woody Harrelson.
Yeah.
Cheers. Hello.
Yeah, it's just Ernie Hudson, not just one of the original Ghostbusters. He was the cop in the original Crow.
Oh, I can't remember that one.
Oh, come on. It's like
I said further than that.
Yeah,
Ghostbusters. I'm good with that.
But come on.
It's Ernie Hudson.
Yeah, but Ernie Hudson's had such an amazing career.
He's had an illustrious career. He has.
Him and Keith David?
Oh yes, most definitely Keith David. Yeah.
Like I would if
definitely any movie with Keith David in it.
Oh yeah, if you put the two of them in a movie together, I think I would buy the ticket in advance.
Yeah. Yep, I would.
Just because it's the two of them.
Yep.
Now, we've got other movies that are coming out and stuff, and I'm just waiting because it's like, I don't know much about some of these other movies that are coming out, and Mike and I have been going through the list of movies. So, you know what? You and I go through some of the April movies. You tell me if you're interested in them or not.
Evil Dead Rise, not so much.
Well, we'll get to it. On a Wing and a Prayer, Dennis Quaid and Heather Graham. I don't know anything about this. I haven't seen any trailers for it.
We can't make an educated synopsis on it.
Yeah.
If we have no information.
Yeah. And we're only going by, if we've seen trailers or heard anything. That's how we got to go off of this one. Now.
The Pope's Exorcist, I'm a little curious about.
A little bit.
It's Russell Crowe, but yeah.
Now, the Super Mario Brothers movie.
Well, it's animated, so they're doing the voices. So you got Chris Pratt.
Yeah.
Chris Pratt, Charlie Day.
Yeah. Listen, I'm curious to see what they do because it's a lot easier to make a Mario movie animated than it is live action.
Of course.
But at the same time,
you have to pay actors. They don't even pay them the voice, but that's it.
Yeah, you don't have to you don't have to build full sets or try to,
No, not at all. Not at all.
Make a real version of Yoshi.
Right. You got to have a good team of artists.
Yeah, but
graphic,
Yeah, but remember, what was it? Dennis Hoskins? Bob Hoskins. Bob Hoskins as Mario with John Leguizamo as Luigi.
Talk about that movie. Nobody liked that.
No, movie. I got to bring it up because of the simple fact of how bad it was.
It was it was so bad. Even John Leguizamo was like, I should have never done that movie.
Yeah, because he's Luigi Mario,
and that's my man.
Yeah,
I love John Leguizamo, but
if
he's saying that is a movie that I will never claim, I don't even want people knowing that I was even in that movie. That was one of the worst movies I've ever done.
Yep. Now, Renfield. We talked a little bit about Renfield.
Definitely. I saw the lineup.
Yeah.
I saw the trailer for it. I'm interested.
I saw the trailer, and that was the thing that got me really interested.
Yep.
Because I didn't see anything about Nicolas Cage and how his performance was going to be until I saw that trailer.
Come on, it's Nicolas Cage.
But it's so over the top.
I know.
I thought he was going to go back to because he had done a vampire movie before, and it was like a lot of people were like, oh, maybe he'll the same kind of character.
Right.
No.
I mean, you do see that this man has been consistently doing movies since COVID.
Oh yeah, he's
Like,
consistently been
How
doing
many
movies.
movies has he done in 1 year? It's like 6 movies.
Yeah.
This guy's been taking roles. He doesn't care.
That's like Pedro Pascal. It's like that man just keeps doing roles, but he keeps hitting them out of the park.
I love what they did together.
Yes.
The weight of unbearable talent.
Yep, massive talent. Like
Yes.
that movie was phenomenal. And you never go full cage, and he went full
He
cage.
went full cage.
Yep,
He was
and
not playing. He
and
definitely.
it was so worth it. Now, Evil Dead Rise. Now,
Not really.
I'm actually interested in it because I actually kind of liked that reboot that they did.
It was, in my opinion. This is just
Yeah.
my opinion. I thought it was okay. Look, I'm a fan of the original.
Yes.
You know, I even have the action figure for this guy.
Oh yeah.
You know,
The
with the Necronomicon,
Yeah.
with the hands coming off the grave.
Yeah, the Bruce Campbell figures.
Yeah.
I mean, like Bruce Campbell is outstanding, and he helped put that franchise on the map.
He did.
But I am willing to see what they do with Evil Dead Rise, because I mean, he had the show. I mean, it's not something I'm saying you have to rush to the theaters, but it is something that you definitely are going to want to check out, at least when it comes available to watch on like through streaming.
Like, here's another one, The Old Way. It's another movie he did this year.
Yeah.
Let me see. This guy has had unbelievable work. He just keeps going and going and going and going. And I get it.
Yep.
I get it. And you do realize he's a Coppola.
Oh yeah.
His last name is not Cage. He made that up just.
Well, he had to change it because
he
of.
didn't want anybody thinking that he was getting any preferential treatment because he's a Coppola.
Yeah.
I get it.
And that's the thing. He's been consistently working, and
yeah.
his roles throughout his entire career, though, are either really good or really bad.
He does have hit or miss.
Oh, there's
like Face Off is one of his greats, I have to say, because between him and
Travolta.
Oh, playing each other to a T.
Yeah, they picked up.
I'm good.
They really studied each other's mannerisms for that one.
They did.
Now we also have Next Goal Wins, which I have no clue about this one.
I don't know what that.
I mean, granted, it has Michael Fassbender, and Michael Fassbender's a great actor.
Definitely.
But if I'm not seeing anything about this movie, I don't know what.
Nothing out about it.
Yeah, I know nothing to make of it. Now, wrapping up the month of April, we got Are You There, God? It's Me, Margaret.
That is, from what I remember.
Yeah,
that's a reboot of an old movie from the 70s.
Yeah, and the fact that it has Rachel McAdams, I'm not really too curious about it, but I think if I'm in the mood for something a little more sedated, because I don't see this isn't going to be action.
Can't get any more sedated than that.
Yeah,
because I remember the original movie.
Yeah.
Actually, hold on. Let's pull this up, shall we?
Yes. So we're doing our pull up the information. We do this all the time.
Yeah.
I usually get Mike doing this.
I remember watching that movie.
Yeah. And I mean, that's the thing. Are You There, God? It's Me, Margaret. I could have swore it was like a book originally. But, you know, I remember a lot of things differently. But, you know, there's plenty of things that sometimes.
Here it is. Right
yeah.
This, and you can see the font.
The font.
The font.
The font.
Oh, wait.
No, nope. The fonta. Yes, we are not we have no advertisers, although we would like to have advertisers. And if you would like to be advertised with us and sponsor us, please feel free to contact us at dragoonslairpodcast@gmail.com. That's Dragoonslair Podcast. Dragoon is spelled with 2 O's, all one word, dragoonslairpodcast@gmail.com.
And if you'd like to support us,
send me money.
Cash App is or Venmo or PayPal.
Well, the Cash App actually is Dragoon 13. I'm gonna Blue Dragoon 13.
Might as well. It's right there. That's the plug.
Yep. If you'd like to send me money, please, I will not turn it down. I could use any of the sponsorship and help that I could get. Please support our legal fund.
This was actually a novel in 1970.
Yeah, so I was right about it being a novel.
Yeah.
Okay.
I could have sworn this was a movie.
They might have done like a
Yeah.
series, but then again, it might have also been
No,
like
they didn't do series then. They did.
well, there was what was it? Virginia. Yes, Virginia. There is a Santa Claus, which
Wow, that's old. Yeah.
yeah. Now, while you're looking for that one, there's also an untitled George Foreman biopic, which George Foreman's had an interesting life, and Forrest Whitaker's in it. I'm assuming Forrest Whitaker's probably playing George Foreman.
Come on, I want to see Forrest Whitaker's sleepy eye.
It should be interesting.
Just
I mean,
like Debo's sleepy
Yep.
eye.
it's a biopic, so it could be
You mean
pretty interesting.
biopic?
Biopic.
Yeah, biopic.
Biopic.
Right, biopic.
Oh God.
Tomato, tomato, potato, potato.
There are certain
You
words.
see how that works?
There are certain words in the English language that are expected to be spoken in a specific way, and he's going to drive me nuts because it is
Yes,
biopic.
it's a biopic.
Biopic.
Nobody says biopic. It's biopic
Everyone says biopic
because they're wrong.
because they're correct.
They're wrong.
They're correct
They are correct in their own mind.
because they are
Just
correct.
like you are a legend in your own mind.
I am not just a legend in my own mind. I am a legend in my own time.
Well, there goes that.
Jerk. And then there's a movie coming out called Paint with Owen Wilson.
Why does that sound familiar?
I don't know.
Let's see.
Paint. Like it.
I mean, it's Owen Wilson. This guy has so much money, yet never wants to fix his nose. And I get it. It's very.
It's
you
It's
know,
a trademark.
It is. At
If
this
you-
point, yeah. He
think-
himself said he doesn't want to get it.
Think about it. If he changed his nose, it's like Jennifer Grey. When she got her nose job, Dirty Dancing,
Yes.
Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
I don't know why she did that.
You know, she looks great.
Oh, Paint. Oh, I used to watch this guy. I used to sit down when I was a kid and watch this guy on Channel 13.
Bob Ross.
Yeah.
Yes,
That's what it's about.
It's about Bob Ross.
It's a biopic about Bob Ross.
Biopic.
I said biopic. on
Biopic.
Bob
Biopic.
Ross.
Biopic.
R-O-S-S.
Biopic. You know, there's an entire channel devoted to Bob Ross on Pluto TV.
Yes. Yes, I'm very well aware.
Yeah, I'm amazed. Pluto TV's got some interesting channels on there. It's a free app to watch TV.
There's the plug.
No, non-sponsored. But I will say it's.
Yeah, threw that in there. He's like, not sponsored.
Hey, listen, if I ain't getting money, I will talk about things I like. But if I'm not getting paid for it, I will point out the fact this is not sponsored.
Yeah.
So now I will say that one thing that I do enjoy on Pluto TV is the fact that they have a channel that is nothing but Three's Company and one that is nothing but Family Ties.
On cable?
On Pluto TV?
Oh,
Pluto TV.
details.
Pluto TV has a Family Ties channel as well as a Three's Company channel.
Got it.
But every time that I tune in and I catch an episode on Pluto TV of Family Ties,
Catch it in the face.
do you know exactly which episode I get? Tom Hanks. I hit Alex.
Oh, that's right. What was the name of that show that he did with the little short guy? Where they pretended to be females. They dressed up as.
Well, that was Bosom Buddies,
Thank you. Yes, that I used to love watching that show too. Damn, that was. Wow.
but he was on Family Ties as Uncle Ned, and he was their alcoholic uncle, Uncle Ned. So
He was.
yes,
Hanks?
Tom Hanks played Uncle Ned.
Alcoholic uncle. Get the hell out of here. I never would have known that.
Yeah, he was their alcoholic uncle, and like at one point he tries to get drunk off of vanilla extract because there was no alcohol for him to get.
Oh, because it's made with vodka.
Yep. So he's like
You know,
trying.
Fun fact: I actually have that in my spice cabinet at home, where you can make your own vanilla extract with it.
You're gonna need to speak up. A bit.
Oh, good gracious! With speaking up. Listen to me.
Listen.
Okay, Linda.
Sorry.
Linda. Listen, Linda. Yeah, I didn't get paid for that plug, so we're not going to do that again.
Yeah, we're not
okay,
doing.
so I have the do-it-yourself vanilla extract kit at home where you actually take vodka and it has the cinnamon stick in it, and all you do is pour the vodka in the bottle and just let the bottle sit, and the longer it sits, the stronger it gets. Yeah, baby. All right.
Yeah. So now,
Non-monetized. All right.
yes. But yeah, no. So he played the drunken uncle that he hits Alex. And so he slaps Michael J. Fox.
Wow. I think I remember that one.
Yeah. It's one of those moments.
That's like a core memory.
Oh, yeah, because it's hard to forget when you have Tom Hanks going and crying, I hit Alex. I hit Alex.
Yeah.
It really was that moment where you're just like, this is why I've been waiting for years to see Tom Hanks as a bitter, angry old man. And
It's cute. No. This is totally different. You have to watch it to understand it.
Yeah.
It's a cute movie. It's great. I would watch it again.
yeah,
I would. I really would. Because he has a Hispanic couple move in, because he lives in a once gated community. But there's a realty company that is trying to buy up the property around where he lives and buy out the people who live within his community. That way he can complete building. And Tom Hanks is one of the last holdouts. You know, along with maybe a couple of other people on his block, in his community. You have to see the movie. I don't want to ruin it, but it's great. I like it.
okay.
I'd watch it again. But it's cute because, again, he meets this Hispanic couple just moving in. She was from Mexico, but she was raised somewhere else. Or somewhere else.
No one can hear you when you're.
Oh, my God. Listen here closely, okay? So you can hear me. What, testing. 1, 2. Okay, now listen. Now, A Man Named Otto is a cute movie. Go to see it. Tom Hanks. You'll love it. I swear. It's worth a watch. I'm just saying.
Okay.
Go check it out.
Yes. So.
So, yeah.
Yes.
You'll like it. I did. I'd watch it again.
And that has been a
non-monetary endorsed plug
from
for
Jay.
A Man Named Otto.
And this
You're
has been brought to you by the Dragoon Slayer Podcast. Told to you by Jay.
You can say Jason. You don't have to say Jay.
But you're Jay. I know
Yeah,
you
I'm
as Jay.
too, but I'm just saying.
It's just so much easier. He's Jay.
I am guilty as charged.
Now, if anyone would like to follow his shenanigans, Jay, do you have any social media that you would like to let people know about?
jcruise311@yahoo.com.
Well, that's if
Again?
you want to email him.
Hey, look, I'm always looking to make new friends.
Okay. So, there's your email. Do you have like Instagram or something where you post some crazy
I
shit?
actually do. That would be, again, jcruise311 at Instagram.
That's right.
jcruise311 on Facebook. jcruise311 on TikTok.
Yep.
And I believe I have Twitter as well. I haven't used that in Lord knows how long. And yeah, but you can catch me anywhere. I'm everywhere and nowhere at the same time.
That's right. He is a man of mystery and of many talents.
Shh! Don't tell anybody. They'll want me for parties.
Yes, that is my brother, ladies and gentlemen. I am Daniel the Dragon, the Blue Dragoon himself.
Blue Dragoon, plug it.
Yes, make sure you like the show, leave comments, share it with other people, spread the word, because this is everyone's new favorite podcast. You want everyone to know about the Dragoon Slayer podcast.
Click the like button.
Like, share, subscribe. Make sure you do that on YouTube, because you can find me on the majority of my socials is Blue Dragoon 13 on Twitch, on TikTok, on Instagram.
Hey, did I mention you can also catch me, jcruise311, at YouTube? Subscribe, like, hit the notification bell.
And you can find me on YouTube at Blue Dragoon 13, where you can find video episodes of the shows being posted periodically after you've had a chance to listen to them on Spotify and iTunes. So please listen to them on Spotify and iTunes. I need to find a way to get this show monetized. Please. I kid. But no, seriously, I would like to get the show up and going a lot better. And I want to thank everyone for listening. I want to thank my brother Jay for showing up.
My pleasure. Thank you for having me. Everyone, keep in touch with yourselves. Suck it easy. Peace, love, and hair grease. We out.
And on that note, You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. Now get out. Later.